Hello, and welcome to another episode of Bare Bones Wargaming, a show with no bells, no whistles, no frills, just a man, a camera, and his game. Now, today's episode is concentrating on a little bit of a fix, I guess the way to put it. For those of you that have seen my other videos, you know recently I did some videos covering the fires of Midway, a very fun card game based carrier warfare game. And it came to my attention, compliments of one of my subscribers. Let me make sure I give credit where credit's due. Keely 121416 pointed out that actually there's supposed to be an admiral phase at the end of every carrier activation. Now, I had always played it the way I showed you before because that's what I thought the rulebook was basically saying. And if you look at especially the flowchart on the back here, if you take a look, see the lines and how they box off? That's part of the reason I was like, well, it's going and flowing around, and the admiral phase is below that. So I never really bothered to check into it. But as he pointed out, or she pointed out, there was some issues, some confusion on Board Game Geek, and I did go back and look through the threads, and I found the thread that covered this situation. It was confirmed by the designer that yes, each side gets an admiral phase after each carrier is activated. So as a result, I've set up the game again here to go through one full carrier team to show you how it is correctly supposed to function. I'll be curious to see how it plays out because I've never done it this way. I've played this game 30 times and I had never thought, because again, what it said there and the way it was worded in the rulebook, I never thought to do it that way. So, moral of the story is, everybody makes mistakes, and again, part of my point of these videos is to show you how things work, and if somebody sees something like this, to fix it so then we all can enjoy the game even better and correctly and have a good time with it. So in that sense, one thing I have learned from this is from now on, before I do any kind of recording of a session for the channel, I'm definitely going to skim through the threads on Board Game Geek and see if there's anything that pops up that catches my eye that'd be like, I better check or double check this or look into this. So, all that said, that is the precursor to this, I guess you could call it the Fires of Midway Redux. So, situation is this. I have already done all the search. I found the Japanese fleet, so I do get the benefit of all of that. Let me move you over here, and just to give you a quick overview here of what's going on, let's zoom in here on the situation sheet. You can see here we've got some squalls, we've got some cloud cover, and we've got the two fleets deployed and ready to roll. And speaking of those fleets, let me zoom back out and we'll shift over here and I'll show you the two sides. So let's start here with the US. Oops, sorry about the bouncing. So the US, as you can see, I have the Yorktown and the Saratoga. How appropriate. Both major Revolutionary War battles, victories. I have those two carriers at my disposal. The Japanese, on the other side of the table, let's zoom in on them some. The Japanese have the two sister carriers, Hiryu and Soryu, together. And then we also have the two lighter carriers, the Ryoho and the Shoho. So, we are all set to go. Now again, I'm still using my die roll method that I used before of the different colored dice. High die roll gets to go first and activate. So we'll stick with that, and as you can see from that by my big green die, that means that the Soryu is going to be the first carrier to act. So here we go. So with the first activation here, the Soryu can launch 3 planes, and I did benefit from getting 1 cap on it. And oh, by the way, the Japanese carriers are set up so we have the Hiryu and the Shoho in one space, and then we have the Soryu and the Ryoho are in the other one. So, because there is a cap, I'm going to go ahead and launch 1-0, and we'll send 1 Val and 1 Kate. And partly I'm doing that because the Japanese were very much into that coordinated high-low kind of thing to go after aircraft carriers and such, and ships and such. So we have all that there. Now, as always, we do our gas cans and we do our counting. So this is carrier B. They're over here, so that's 1, 2, and we add 1 extra one because the fleet is undiscovered. They will be discovered from here on out. So 3 cards, and let's see what they are. What do we got here for gas? Oh, not much. Look at that. 2 closing fasts and 1 gas can. Translation: does not affect the Japanese at all as they are closing in. So here they come on my carriers. Now, oh, by the way, too, when my initial hand, I got a lot of cards, but I got no defense cards. I don't know how that happened. So you know what I'm going to be spending my admiral actions on if if I don't get plastered. Which, by the way, let's just take a second here and take a look at this here. So with the admiral card, you can do these things. You can draw up to your hand size, depending on what it is. Mine right now, I always give myself 9 because of the way the solo Japanese one works. Land, cap, and scramble anybody up, or then 3 repair points to damage control. Now, of course, the Japanese side won't need to draw up cards because of the solo rules that are there, so they'll always be doing either the cap or fixing as circumstances dictate. Okay, so Japanese planes are in the air. They have no trouble tracking us down. So now I'm going to have to go ahead and do the spotting roll. Ooh, it's a 6 and a 4. I didn't find anybody. But the good news is I do have the 1 Wildcat already up on cap. So here we go. So combat-wise, we'll have naturally the Wildcat against the 0. So let me see which one I'm going to use here. I really haven't had a chance to take a look at all of this just yet. And let me see, is that? No, that's not. So I'm going to save that one. I'm going to play this one. So I'll play this looping weave. Is what I'm going to do. Let me move my dice around here a little bit. So another helpful comment that came from another viewer on Board Game Geek about the dice and stuff, because I do like to mix my dice up before I roll them and stuff, about it kind of covering up, muffling the voice. So I'll try to keep those 2 actions separated, although I do try to do this as much as stream of consciousness as I can. Again, just to give you an idea of the flow of play. So, what you've seen in the other videos, you know I roll a die for the Japanese and see if they end up with a card. They do here. They rolled a 2. So, Japanese dice test, they get 4 dice, because I do have the nullify 0 icon. So 4 dice for the Japanese. Oh, their best roll is a 3. They got 3 3s. Interesting. Let's see how my Wildcat does here. Got 4 dice. And I got a 6 and a 5. So, actually won that battle with that 0. Wow. Okay, 2 bullets. Let's see if I can hit anything. Survey says, hang on, I can't see the dice tray from here, of all things. Whoops. This game does require a little bit of space, you know. Oh, it's a 2 and a 1. Are you serious? I outmaneuver a 0, and the best I can do is actually hit it where it's actually armored, which, if you know anything about World War II, of course, the 0s weren't that heavily armed. So the Wildcat goes back to the cap. Now, the 2 Japanese planes coming in. Now the question will become, what are they going to do? Are they going to both go after the same carrier, or are they going to go after 2 different carriers? And as always, to simulate an opponent that might be, you know, doing things that, again, might seem off the wall to individuals, I go ahead and decide randomly, and they're both going after the Yorktown. Now here's where the trouble is going to begin. The trouble is going to begin here, because I have no defense cards. Curses. I don't know how this is going to work out, so let's see. Alright, so since I have no defense cards, I have no choice but to basically rely on the skill of the Yorktown crew to try to survive. Let's see if the Japanese Vow is going to use a card. They are. There's not a big surprise there. So they will get 3 dice to roll. And remember, bombers were in ties. They rolled a 6. So I got 2 dice and I have to come up with 2 6s. Otherwise they get through. So 4 and a 3. So no luck for me. Now the one other thing I used to modify with this too was the drawing of the 2 target cards and picking the better one. But since you get an admiral phase at the end of each one, now I understand why you can draw 2 at a time. Now this is a dive bomber, so they will pick the better card for them. which is that one there. So they have 4 bombs. So let's see what happens here to the Yorktown. And okay, there's 2 hits. There's a 3 and a 4. And a 6. So it's 1 critical hit. So that slides the bulkhead along here. And we're going to end up stuck with 2 infernos, because remember, 2 fires make an inferno. And I do have 2 fire results, the 3 and the 4. So, whoops, that's a flood. Oopsies. Yeah. I hope that's no like foreshadowing of the Kate that's yet to come. Alright, so that Val put a nasty hit on us. Not a good start to the game at all. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, let's see what this Kate's going to do. So the Kate, first we got to see if the Kate's going to get a card to play. More than likely it will. Nope, actually, it does not play a card. Alright, so this is straight up 2 on 2. They rolled a 4 and a 2, so I need a 5 or a 6 for my blazing guns of the Yorktown. And I got a 5. Okay, well this gives me a chance to shoot him down. Come on, big money, be a 6. I got a 4, and I got a die that apparently doesn't want to play. He's trying to make a jailbreak. And a 3. So that will damage them. So that's good. Well, at least helpful. Not that much. So, with the 4 and the 3, now the Kate will be down to just 1 torpedo symbol. So let's take a look at the 2 target cards that they have to choose from. They definitely will choose this one, because there are 3 water spots there. So, 50-50 chance. And they actually missed. They rolled a 4, which is the armor plate on that. Perfect. Okay, so, tough start, but not a disaster by any stretch of the imagination. Alright, so now, smoking caps have to land. Well, I don't have a smoking cap. Fuel cap is flipped to smoking, so I got to deal with that now. So there goes that one. Alright, and now return roll for just the smoking Kate. And it only has 2 spaces, so basically unless it's a 1, they'll be fine. It's a 5, so they managed to limp their way back to the sodium. Okay. Alright, now we have the admiral phase. So, the Japanese clearly will put a cap up. So, basically it's going to be one of the 2 big carriers. So, since it's going to be one of the 2, they're going to put 1 over top of the Soryu. So, we'll put 1 up there. For me, obviously I've got to try and get the Yorktown fixed. So, I will choose the 3 repair points on this. One thing I do wish this game actually had was, like, on one of the cards it had all the repair points. So what I will be able to do is basically reduce one of those fires, or eliminate one of those fires, because 2 points flips an inferno to a fire, and then 1 point gets rid of the fire. So I'm on my way to getting damage control done on the Yorktown. So on to the next one. Who gets to go next? Let's see. High die roll. Whoa, we got 3 5s. So the winner this time could be, well, it could be the Ryohu, oh no, actually only 2. 2 dice, I'm sorry, 2 dice. So it could be the Ryohu, or it could be the Yorktown. I hope it's not the Yorktown, because I can't launch the planes yet. Now, that's 2 1s, okay? So we keep going. Everybody scrambling. Oh, sugar, it is the Yorktown. Bad timing. Okay, because I can't launch any planes from the Yorktown, so that's a bit of a bummer. Alright, well, that's life. What are you going to do? So, still focused on the Yorktown here, obviously. I could do battle station. Well, no, I can't do battle stations because I don't flip it to a fire. Crackers. Alright, well, let's at least fix the Yorktown. Well, I could play save the ship. I could place 5 points to move the bulkhead back 1. And then use my next admiral phase. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I want to play save the ship. and I get to draw 2 cards. That'll come in handy. Okay, this deck is... I must have done the worst shuffling job in the history of mankind. I got another attack and another dogfight card. Okay, so all done there. The smoking cap lands. The 0 over here goes to smoking. And let's come back out here on this to get the wide picture again. And now we're ready to see this admiral phase here. I'm obviously going to use my points to fix the Yorktown completely. And the Japanese again will put a cap up, and obviously now they'll put it over top of the Hiryu. So, there we go. Alright, who gets to go next? 4 carriers left that can activate. It is, the Lexington. So the Lexington will actually get to go, or I'm sorry, the Saratoga. I'm thinking Coral Sea, I'm sure here. Alright, so the Saratoga will get to go next. Well, I probably should go over to after those Japanese carriers that are closest to me. So that's what I'm going to do. So with card number 3, I still can only launch 3 planes. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and... You know what? I'm going to launch my Wildcat for escort, but I'm going to launch my 2 heavy Dauntlesses and see if I can get a good shot in on one of the big flat tops here. Because I'll go after the spot that's the B and the C. That's my plan. Okay, so there's my planes, as you can see there. So we'll zoom in here a little bit. There's my Saratoga, and there's my aircraft. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3 is also the search there on B and C. So on the Soryu and the Ryoho. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, here we go. Hoping for the best. What do we get? 1 gas can. Oh shoot, 3 gas cans. 3. That's just enough to basically exhaust everybody. Sugar, 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 sugar. Well, the good news is at least not the Wildcat, but the 0 that's going to oppose my attack is also smoking. So I guess I can look at the bright side. Alright, so the 0 will come up to challenge from the Soryu. Let's see, which card shall I use? I've got a couple of crosshair ones. I'm tempted to use one of those, but I'd like to save them for my bombers because they don't have the fighter emblem on them. Remember, if they have the fighter emblem on them, they can only be used. I'm going to try and get rid of this smoking 0. I'm going to play this one. And the Japanese will play a card, not surprisingly. Alright. So the Japanese would have 3 dice, but I have the 2 canceled out 0 symbols, so they only get 1. 3 is their roll. So I've got 3 dice, and I rolled 5 as my best, but I only get 1 bullet shot. Gotta make this count. Yes, it's a 6, so I did make it count. Bam! Down goes the 0, blown out of the sky. Good. Now on to the attack. Now obviously I want the big carrier. I want the Soryu. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send both of my smoking Dauntlesses in on the Soryu. So here we go. The first one. I'm going to go ahead and play this Dead to Rights card. Let's see how that works out. The Japanese. Oh, we're not playing a card. Whoa, there's a surprise. They bluffed. Alright, so the Japanese Soryu will attempt to defend itself. So do we have a good shot of that here? Oh, there we go. There's a better shot of it. Right there is what we're going after. So they rolled a 4 and a 1. I get 2 dice. I need at least a 4. I did roll a 4. And remember, the bombers win ties. So here we go. I've got 2, 4, 6. 6 dice I can use. And my 2 target cards, good. I got one that's a 3 through 6 and 2 potential critical hits. So 2, 4, 6. Here we go, boys and girls. Bombs away. Sweet. I got a 6, 2 5s, a 4, and a 3. So that's going to basically rip the bulkhead open completely. which was nicely done. Also going to put 2 inferno markers. No, actually 4 inferno markers, because the 5 is a critical hit too. So 6, 2 5s, and then the 4 and 3 together. The Soryu is burning like a Roman candle. Woo! Nice. Almost makes me wish I had brought a torpedo bomber at this point. So, good attack. Good attack, good attack by my first Dauntless. Second Dauntless, I'm going after it. I probably should have put it on the light carrier, but I wanted to get the big one, just to be sure. Now, let's see. Which card should I use? Or should I use a card? Actually, I should. I should try and light this thing up like it's the 4th of July. I'm going to go ahead and play the City Duck one. Won't give me extra bombs, but give me extra dice. The Japanese do play a defense card. Ah, curses! It's one, can you see there? It's one with a crosshair. Ah, alright. So that cancels my card out. Okay, so the Soryu gets 3 dice. I'm only going to get 1. I'm going to need some luck here. What did they roll? Oh, first I thought I was going to have good luck, so I saw the 2 1s, but then there was a 6. Alright, I need at least a 6 here. Oh, it's a 4, and they get 2 bullets. Alright, come on, low, 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 low. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. No, 3 4. Bam. They blew it out of the sky. So, I lost that Dauntless group. Alright, now my boys need to limp home. Not limping too far home, there's only 2 spaces away. So, let's check on the Wildcat. It's good. And the Dauntless. Oh, the Dauntless did not make it home, I don't think. Let me just make sure. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it has to be higher. Just double check. Equal or less than. It runs out of fuel, so I rolled a 2. Yep, it's a distance of 2. So actually I lost both of my Dauntless dive bombing groups in this attack. But the good news is I did hit the Soryu really, really hard. So I can look at the bright side. Okay. Well, can't have everything, but... Okay, now the Admiral phase here. For myself, I am going to choose... Should I choose draw card? I'm going to choose to draw cards because I don't have any defensive cards still. Well, actually, no, I can't choose to do that because I would have to draw up to my hand size. But I have more than my hand size right now. Alright, well, then I guess it's a cap, isn't it? Alright, I'll put a cap up. The Saratoga cap. And obviously the Japanese will spend 3 points to work on fixing the Soryu at this point in time. Okay, now there's just 3 carriers left. And this time, the initiative goes to the Hiryu. Alright, so the Hiryu will actually get to launch 4 planes from its decks. Alright, now the Hiryu, the only bad thing is, it's pretty far away from the carrier. So, what the Japanese will do is, they're going to go ahead and send 1 Kate, 1 Val, 1 0, and then for the 4th one, I'll go ahead and just randomly pick one or the other. 4th one's going to be another Kate. So there they go. Now the distance is 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. So let's see how we did with 4 on the gas cans. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So the 0 is fine. But everybody else is now smoking. Good. Good, 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 good. Excellent. So, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Yep. Yep. Oh wait, no, hold on. Actually, I made a mistake. That was 4 gas cans, wasn't it? Yep, equal to or less than. Well, wait a minute, hold on. Let me double check. And again, I mean, this is the kind of thing you have to do sometimes. You just do. So let me just make sure I'm not making a mistake here. Total them all. A plane whose fuel rating is equal to or less than the total number. Okay, so equal to. So it was 4 cans. Okay, I did it right. Okay. Now, I'm going to scramble my Wildcat to deal with the 0. So we'll focus on that for the moment. We'll get into battle over here. Little dogfight. Let's see. What do I want to choose here? Let's choose this one. I'll get the negating 2 0 dice bit. Okay, so Japanese would have had 4, but with my card play, they only get 2. They rolled a pair of 2s. Okay. I get 3 dice, and I rolled a 5. So I win the battle. I got 2 bullets. Got a 5 and a 2. So the 0 is left smoking. Oh, I grabbed the wrong 0. Okay, the 0 is... No, wait, what am I doing? I'm confusing myself. Sorry. The 0 is left smoking. And the Wildcat, of course, is just peachy. So, alright, not bad. Take the Wildcat back. And now here we go with the Val and the Kate. So here they come, the Val and the Kate. Figure out which ones they're going to. So the Val is going after the Saratoga, which was not attacked last time, if you remember. And the 2 Kates are both going after the Yorktown. Interesting. Alright. And once again, I have no defense cards. That's absurd. Alright. Let's come back out here a tiny bit. And we'll focus on the battle at the Yorktown here first. Okay, I have no cards to play. That's just crazy. The Japanese are playing a card. Gives them an extra die. So they have 2 dice. Their best is a 5. I need a 6. Or 2 5s. One or the other. Neither. Alrighty. Now the only good news is they only have 1 torpedo icon. So that's the good news part. Let's see what kind of attack card they get. Oh shoot, they managed to pull a 1, 2, 3 one. Alright, here we go. It's a 4. Ho! So we survived again against a Kate attack. Not bad. Second Kate coming winging in here. So here comes the second Kate. Same thing, I have no cards to play. It's just kind of mind-boggling to me. Ooh, this Kate. Well, it's kind of good and bad if you look at the card there. I mean, the Kate's got extra dice, but it didn't get an extra torpedo. So, alright, 3 dice. Oh, their best is a 6. I need boxcars. Come on. Choo-choo. Oh, I rolled 11. But, as the old saying goes, close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and tactical nuclear warfare. So again, the only good news is they only get 1 torpedo icon. So let's see what happens. 2 target cards. Yeah, not quite as good as last time. 1 or 2. It's a 3, so once again, they missed us. So, that's been very fortunate. Let's see if we can keep things up over here, especially with no defense cards. That's been very lucky. Let's see if we can keep things going over here with the Saratoga. Alright. Saratoga, again, no defense cards. Oh, and the Japanese chose not to play a card. Wow. Okay. And they rolled a 1 again. Ooh. Come on, man. Got a 5 and a 3. Awesome. Got 2 bullets. Let's see if I can bring this down. Yes. It's a 5. Bye-bye to the Val group. Okay. So, we weathered that storm pretty well. Now the Japanese have to limp their way home 4 spaces. They have to limp their way home. So the Zero crashed. The Kate, the Kate not only crashed, it crashed on the deck of the Hiryu. Which, when that happens, when a plane, you roll a 1 trying to get home, it puts a fire marker on the deck. So that's even better from our perspective. Our perspective, of course, being the US. And then a 3. So the other Kate also went down. So long range strike there for the IJN, and they paid for it. They paid for it very, very badly indeed by having one plane crash on the deck and everybody else crashed into the ocean, which is going to be good because now that puts 5 already in the watery grave from my perspective. Okay, so smoking cap, oops, sorry. Smoking cap has to land, so we don't have any of that. Fuel cap, or I'm sorry, I do have one. My Wildcat has to come down. My apologies. Or no, actually no, I put a new Wildcat up. Theirs goes to smoking as well. And now we have the Admiral face. So, let's see. Well, for me, I just might as well put the cap up again. I can't reload. I mean, my hand size is ginormous. There's no way to get rid of extra cards until then. And for them, well, I guess the question becomes, do they want to try and save the Soryu? Because that bulkhead is going to be a problem now, because the Soryu is already gone. Or should they basically focus on the Hiryu? Well, there's, what? There's 2 more operations yet. So let's try and knock down the Soryu some more. So that when it gets flipped here, because it is going to be crippled. It's already, the bulkhead's already on the last one, and there's no way to spend 5 points because the Soryu is already activated. It was the first carrier to go in this turn. Okay, so that leaves us with 2 Japanese carriers left to go. That's it. And the first one to go is going to be the Ryoho. So the Ryoho can launch 4 planes. It is carrier C, so it's very close to the strike force. Now the problem is this. They only have 1 Kate air wing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the 1-0. Alright, we'll send 2 zeros to escort because they're obviously going to deal with 2 caps, even though 1 cap is damaged. So, only going 2 spaces, so you only need 2 cards. And we got 2 gas can icons, so everybody is at full power. Alright, so the caps will come up and dogfight with the zeros. 1 full, 1 not. Okay, so let's see. We'll go ahead and play this one with the full strength one. Japanese, going to play that card there. I think you can see all that that's going on right there. Alright, so the Japanese get to roll 5 dice. Holy smokers. Woo. Oh my goodness, 4 6s. Looks like I shouldn't even bother, right? Well, the cap wins ties, so I have to roll 4 6s myself. I got 2, but not enough. No. Alright, so the 0 will now get to roll. It's 3 dice for damage. And they did roll a 6. Shoot. So I lost my Wildcat in that particular air fight. So that's the end of that group. Alright, now we got the other 0, which is dealing with the smoking Wildcat. I don't even know if it's worth spending a card, but on the other hand, if I want to be able to draw up at some point, I need to get some of these cards out of my hand. Alright, let's play this one. And we'll see what the IJN is going to do. Well, they're playing a card, not surprisingly. Okay, so they get 4 dice. No, they get 3 dice. I'm sorry, they have Does canceling 0. Best roll is a 5. Alright, I get 2 dice and I gotta have at least 1 5. And I do have 1 5. So the cap wins ties, but I only have 1 bullet icon. It's a 3. So we did manage to damage the 0. That's the good news. So Wildcat goes back to its cap. And now the Kate is coming in. And which one will the Kate attack? Let's find out. The Kate is going after the Saratoga. And again, I have no defensive dice. Or no defensive cards, I'm sorry. That's very frustrating. I think that's the first time that's ever happened to me. That I've had at least 1 defensive carrier card. Alright. The Japanese will play an attack card. Oh, that's a nasty one. Ooh. Ooh. They get 2 extra torpedoes if they get through. They got a 5 as their best. I have to roll 2 5s. Or 6. I rolled snake eyes. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is going to be very ugly here in about 10 seconds. Let's see the 2 cards. Oh, and they got a 1, 2, 3 card to boot. Alright, everybody, fish in the water. Here we go. They get 3 5. Bam! Oh. You ready for this? Oh. 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 Are you ready for this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which the bulkhead also moves all the way up to its top spot because every torpedo hit is always a critical hit. Ah. Ow. Did that leave a mark? Oh boy. I might lose the Saratoga. The only thing I got going for me is the U.S. recovery crews are phenomenal. So, Lice. Last one here. Going around. Let's get these guys home. Let's see if the 0 limped its way home. More than likely. It's only 2 spaces away. And it did make it. I almost thought it was going to crash on the deck, but it made it home. Okay. So it made it home. So as always, we switch the caps out. Down comes the smoking cap here. Down comes my smoking cap. Oh. I think it costs 3 repair points. If I remember correctly, it costs 3 repair points to flip that flood marker to a leak. Yes, it does. Wow. Might as well do it. Give us more of a fighting chance, right? For the Japanese, they're going to go ahead and do the Hiryu. Because what they're hoping to do with the Hiryu is they're hoping to get it to a situation where they won't have to worry about losing at least one of their carriers. That's understandable. Okay, final one, of course, in this battle is going to be the Shoho. So the Shoho will get to launch 4 planes, but again, since it's just a small light carrier, it only has 3. So they'll go ahead and send up... Well, there's no reason to send an escort, actually. Actually, there is. Oh, I've been forgetting to do the spotting roll, haven't I? It's been a long day. Okay. So, first, gas cans. Gotta check the gas cans. Here we go. So, this is from Carrier D. So, they're 4 spaces away. Let's see what we get here with these guys. So, 2 gas cans. Closing 2, closing fast. 4 gas cans. So, the Kate will be exhausted when they get to us. Alright, well, that's something at least.